get started in just a second here.
Good
What is
morning.
the 23rd of February, 2023? Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, a lot of people waiting here.
All right, Lloyd, you want to get us started off? You're back
Okay,
from your vacation.
sure.
Good to see
Yeah,
you.
I brought one of my pictures from my vacation, or it's where I've been some of the last few weeks here on sunny Southern California. That's the pier at Oceanside. So spent like a little more than 2 weeks down at San Diego and 50 miles up. Oceanside is about 40, 50 miles north of San Diego. So had a good time. Had pretty good weather except for 2 days of rain. So I guess again for the 2 weeks, I guess 2 days wasn't too bad. But one was a real gully washer, though. If you heard about the flash flooding there, we were there, fortunately on a hilltop when all that was going on. But anyway, glad to be back and getting back into the groove of things here. So to mention that next week on this at this time frame, we're going to Kathy Davis. Since it's the 1st of March, Kathy Davis will be back with us, and she's going to have some preparation. She's doing some investigation, so she's well versed on the Corporate Transparency Act, and hopefully be able to answer our questions on that. So, because that's a big thing that's hanging over our heads right now. And then on the 4th of March, which is not next Monday, coming up. That's the Monday right after next Friday. The 4th of March is our networking lunch. Our second networking lunch had a pretty good crowd. What I heard from Grace. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Registration link is up on our website. I just got it updated this morning. I had somebody questioning on our website looking for the link to that. I guess they were at our meeting last Tuesday and they were looking for a link for it. We didn't get it up yet. So that's up there now. If you want to register for it, don't need to register, but if it's at the the details are there. 11 o'clock at starting at 11, going to 1, or we used to go way past 1. When you get going in networking groups, no end to it. But at the Applebee's at Olive and 270. So that's March the 4th. And then our main event for next month is Brad Sumrock back at the Shriners on the 19th. He's the expert on apartment investing, and he's going to have a great presentation for us. You get this well versed on what it takes to be an apartment investor. And we're also planning on having pizza. As I recall from our last board meeting, we approved the go ahead and have pizza for that event. So it should be a good thing. And then that's all I got. John, you want to say anything more about future meetings or a little more about Brad? You're more familiar with him than I am. I'm just, like I said, trying to get back up to speed here since I got back in town.
Thanks, Lloyd. I don't have a lot. Yeah, Brad Sumrock, he's the apartment king. That'll be very interesting. Even if you don't invest in apartments, I know just come and you can learn a lot of things. I do every time I listen to Brad. I don't know if you've checked out any of his stuff, but that's something. And we got a couple other future meetings we talked about. I know we got Troy Galloway coming in April, which is he's going to show us how to talk to contractors. He's been 48 years in the business, so he's got a radio show and some other things. That'd be very, very good. And then we also have a building inspector from St. Louis County, Jason Schroer, coming in May. So we'll have more information on that soon. One thing I do want to mention, though, is we do have the circus next month from the Moolah Shrine Center, and we're one of the sponsors again. If you haven't been to the website, our STLREIA, go there and get your free coloring book. That's all updated, and we did have some paper copies. You can print out the ones you want, or you can go to Amazon and get them if you'd like to do that. Ours show up next month, and we're going to have some tickets we're going to give away since we're a sponsor, and we're also going to have some more coloring books. So make sure you come and get those. And the circus is at the St. Charles Family Arena. So I know we went last year, and that was a lot of fun. And if you got any kids, or if you know any kids, or you ever been a kid, you might want to show up because there's some really talented people, and it's a lot of fun. And Mike, our tech guy too, he's the MC, the announcer at the circus. So he's got a great voice. I don't know, for those of you that come in person, you probably know Mike. So, he's the main guy for the tech support. And then we have Chris sometimes, his, his colleague that helps us. So anyway, so hopefully we'll see you at the next, and what is it? That's March the 19th, and then
March the 19th, right?
21st through the
Yeah.
20th. So.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, I forgot to mention the circus coming up. Yeah, we'll have some free tickets, as John said. We're gonna have free tickets to the circus. We'll be going to be giving away at our March meeting. And however, if it's like last year, we did had a really good response. People were signing. We did did them on a lottery basis because we have a limited number of tickets. But we were able to satisfy everybody that wanted to go to the circus last year. We had enough tickets to go around. So hopefully we'll do that. But no, even if you don't, it's a reasonable price for general admission. I think it's like $15 for adults. Anyway, it was a good one last year. I took my son and two grandkids. Had a good time. Yeah, and be sure to bring some more coloring books next month because I sold out of the ones you brought on Tuesday, John. So okay, who wants to start us off here this morning? Got some networking.
Yeah, I think
I'm sorry, Laura.
I'll start
Okay,
us
so
off.
yeah, get back in the groove again. Laura, why don't you go ahead and give our disclaimer here before we get started?
All righty. Good morning and welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have in need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorney, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Okay, who wants to start us out here today? Well, maybe I'll go ahead and say, I see Dave, Dave Soto on here from Soto Property Management. It looks like he's got one of his campaign signs up in back up.
Yeah, filing is next Tuesday, and it'll be official. It'll be officially be a candidate. So
okay. Well, go ahead and tell us about you. Soto Property Solutions is one of our supporting vendors, and always give them a chance to give a little pitch for their services. So
we are a full property management company. We manage other people's properties. We're not managing our own. The company does not own any properties. I do. I run through the company, separate entities. And so we manage from Charleston, Sykeston up through Perry County, and then jump up to Jefferson County and ultimately St. Louis. I have a second office in St. Louis with the property manager there, and Stacy Lowe, who's not here, is our business development manager. She is growing our business in the St. Louis market. We handle your rental properties from start to finish. You just back out, and we take care of everything. I like to tell people that you only hear from us on the 15th when we send you emails saying that your money's been deposited in your bank account and your statement is on your portal. Obviously, other than anything that's changed. If a tenant's given notice, we'll let you know. When it gets re-rented, we'll let you know. If it's a major issue, we'll let you know. But other than that, we handle it from start to finish.
okay, thank you, Dave. Okay, anybody have anything they're looking for real estate wise? Or if we have any wholesalers on here looking for got something under contract, looking to do an assignment. It's a good opportunity. I'm sure we got some investors here looking for their next deal, next project.
Hey,
Uh,
if I can talk for a minute, I can't stay on the call for very long. But I am looking for people who are like flippers or burr investors who are looking for short-term funds. So my name is Heidi. I'm going to put my name and number in the chat.
Okay, Heidi, thank you. Yeah, Heidi came to a lot of our networking breakfast when we had them last year.
Heidi, can you also say your information verbally for people that are just listening?
Yeah, so it's Heidi Schaafsman. My number is, I'm going to give you 414-533-5335. I am in St. Louis, but out of state number. 414-533-5335. And my email is HeidiSchaafsman@gmail. That's HeidiSchaafsman@gmail.
Would you like to give some specifics too, Heidi, on what kind of funds that you actually have? Is it what your criteria is? The more specific you can be, the better off you have as far as having a chance of somebody getting in touch with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking for people who are experienced. And it kind of depends actually. So I have some funds myself, but then I also have a couple of friends who are looking to lend. So, the terms and all, it kind of depends. Depends on who's doing it. So,
Okay, what about minimums, maximums, LTVs, ARVs? How do you actually do that? What are you looking for?
So, well, it depends on who's doing it. We have a couple people who are willing to lend the rehab funds also. Personally, I think I would probably just want to do purchase. The amount, I can't speak for the other two. So I've got two people in particular in mind and I can't speak for them. But they are looking to invest in myself too in Missouri. We want to stay in the St. Louis area. We can go a little bit outside of St. Louis, just not too far. Unless it's in another city, like, if we have something in Kansas City or something, that might be different.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the more specific you can be, the more chance you have of somebody getting in touch with you. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm John Collins. I'm looking for a property. I prefer the North County area, like Hazelwood, Florissant, St. Anne, Ferguson, Blackjack. Something that could be a flip or a rental. All in, I'd like to stay, including repairs, 150 and below, 150,000 and below. Typically 2 or 3 bedroom. And my contact number is 314-324-7621. If there are any wholesalers, if you could put me on your list, I'd appreciate it. I've already put it in the chat.
Yeah, I saw in the chat. I was going to call on you next, but you spoke up. That's good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and I see David put his contact information there in the chat also for Soto Property Solutions.
Yeah, I just got a quick question. I heard something earlier. You spoke that Kathy Davis if she comes next week and talk about the Corporate Transparency Act. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, she'll be on tomorrow. Next Friday is the first Friday, and she's planning on being on next Friday on the first of March.
Okay. Another thing too, I heard you spoke about your vacation in California. Actually, I just got back from California, back in the Oakland area, and not like you, where you said you've been there 2 weeks, couple of days. I've been there 8 days, and I think 7 of the days that was dairy rain.
Mm-hmm. So it does rain in Southern California, no matter what people say. Uh, okay. Anybody got, who else has got something to talk about here? I see, yeah, Charles, is putting his, information on there. I don't know, do you want to say something, Charles? He's got funding. He's a lender, private lender.
Yeah, I was just gonna continue on a little bit with what I was talking about last week with property reports and stuff. If someone has a property that they're interested in, or even if it's their own property and they would like to see the validity of the reports, give me the address and I'll send them a report and they can see if it's beneficial to them. And also, like some of the people that are looking for properties, I can pull up properties that are listed as likely to sell, not necessarily, but there's a good chance if you wanted to do some of the calling instead of paying a wholesaler, because it's the same thing they got to go through to find them, if you've got the time to do that. Also, I can help review on a deal a little bit because of the property reports, whether it's worth pursuing at the figures that they are looking at by the time they do the financing. It's just it's just bouncing ideas back and forth
Okay.
on property. And then go from there.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Who else has got anything for us? Mark, you got something? You usually have something going on.
I've got my last property in South City. It's a nice two-family on Wilcox by Christie Park. Same tenants have been there for about 14 years with no intention of moving. The rents are below market, could be raised considerably, but I don't have to do that, so I haven't. And they take care of everything, small repairs, cut the grass. If I didn't own it, I wouldn't know I owned it because they just pay their rent on time and take care of everything. If anybody's interested, 314-267-6944. I also do hard money and it's my own money. And anywhere from 50,000 to 300,000, depending upon the deal. And again, like Heidi said, prices are just depending upon the deal. My risk reward factor.
Okay. Very good. Anybody want to say solid rental already occupied with a long-term tenant in South City? Like Mark has got one for you. What kind of price range are you looking at on that? It's just a single family, right?
No, it's a two-family.
Oh, two family. Okay.
It's a two-family with a nice backyard, two-car garage. I'm looking at about 145,000, which is about 50,000 below market, which gives them plenty of money to go in there and do whatever they want to bring it up to top of the market.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Who else has got something for us? Everybody been working on their taxes? You know, I've been staying busy with that since I got back.
All done.
Oh, yours all done. Okay, I made the first run through my tax organizer to go to my CPA yesterday.
I'm done because I have a fantastic wife and she's on top of everything.
Yep, that's good. Good for you. I have a fantastic wife, but she's not on top of our taxes. We have our own areas of specialty. She decorates a beautiful house, maintains the yard, and leaves the accounting to me. Okay, John Collins got his done. Oh, picking him up tomorrow. Yeah, I like to get him to my accountant by the 1st of March. So hopefully I'll drop it off. Usually let it go through the organizer the first time and let it sit for at least a few days, if not a week, and then if I happen to think of something I might have missed, then I can go back and make a revision or addition that rather than having to do an amended return if I think of something after he's already got my accounts, my forms all filled out. So okay. Okay. I got a request. Mark, can you put the information about your two family in the chat?
I'm putting it on there right now.
Raquel is looking for looking for that. You might have somebody interested right there. Yeah, see, Ann's still working on hers. Yeah, okay. I'm not the only one that's still working on taxes.
Hey, Lloyd.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to mention that I'm a private money lender. I specialize in fix and flips, fix and keep, and reboot borrowers. I also finance commercial purchases. So you can pass my name on to anyone that fits in one of those categories. My email is j@Roman, which is ROHMAN, nationwidehouses.com. And I've got the information in the chat already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, yes, he marked his information, the address of his property on South City on Wilcox. Thank you. And he also does hard money lending. Okay, and Jay just put his private money lending information on there. With his contact information. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Okay. Anybody else got anything? Oh, I see Amber. We got Amber with us today too. She's our vice president. I don't see Jim Choik on today, but yeah, you wouldn't be Amber. That Christie Park property is down in your neighborhood. You may be interested in that too if you're looking for an already filled rental. But no, I was also interested. I saw anybody get the follow Dennis Norman. He's got a St. Louis realestateinvesting.com website, and I get at least a weekly update on articles. He keeps articles on up to date on trends in St. Louis real estate, and was pleased to see an article that just came out today about trends in colors. I'm glad to see he says that had a report that he published. You go on there and download it. Even talks about the color trends for this year, and the lady that wrote it did a sampling of experts from all over the country and in real estate, what sells fast and what and the warm colors, the warm say warm earth tones are back in now.
Gray's out.
For this year. And yeah, all the grays are waning. So we've had some of our other folks, who's it from Flair Decorating, Flair Staging, said she uses some more neutral beige colors. So that trend is back in. I'm glad to see that. Glad to hear that, because I've never changed from my antique white, which is a creamy white, warm white, in my rentals. So Anyway. Yeah, if you want to keep up with that, yeah, it's St. Louis Real Estate News, all run together.com. And you can go on his site and register to get a weekly update on news stories and the trends in St. Louis real estate.
Can you put that information in the chat?
I can. I see. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, see, Ron Nash. I know he's a private lender. He was up on our meeting on Tuesday talking about it. You want to say anything more, Ron? You unmute yourself? I guess maybe he can't.
Okay.
There he is. Oh, he's driving his car. Don't want to interrupt you.
Sorry, I was driving. I had to pull off the road. Hi, my name is Ron Nash, and I'm a private lender, and I loan money of my own money, and for residential properties, I'm looking for loan to values of somewhere in the range of 65, 70% thereabouts. And I'm available for properties in the St. Louis region. And also, I have another private investor that I'm training up. And so I'll be having him speak probably with you all soon as well. And if you need the cash, call the Nash.
Like it.
Yeah, it says his slogan. Cash, call and Ash. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, Marco's put in here. Home Depot natural linen. Okay, that's a good neutral color. It's a linen, natural linen. Sounds very soothing and warm. Okay, look like Steve Patel is looking for a framer for extension. You want to get any details on that, Steve? You want to unmute yourself and tell us what kind of project you're working on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a single family house extension on a back, like a family, like a kitchen and master bedroom, and on the side there'll be 2-car garage with a room on upper floor.
Oh boy, so you
So
still looking for somebody to...
almost like a 900 square feet roughly.
So you're looking for somebody to frame out
Yeah.
the whole unit? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be a good experienced carpenter that does framing.
Yes.
Anybody have anybody that they could recommend? I haven't done any kind of major work like that lately, so all the framing carpenters that I work with are either retired or I know one is deceased. I saw his obituary when I was trying to
Yeah,
catch
I had one, but he is also in a different line now.
Oh, okay. Not
He
of it.
done before something for me, same line.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not there anymore. So he's there, but he's not doing it.
Okay. He's still alive. Just change his line of
Oh,
business. Oh, Amber, I see you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Hey there, good morning. I am looking for somebody to refinish my hardwood floors. My kitchen is small, so it's not a huge space. So I'm trying to, one of the areas in the kitchen is missing like a plank, maybe 2 of the hardwood. So just looking for somebody, looking for recommendations for someone who does hardwood floors.
Okay, anybody got it? I'm looking in my contact list right now to pull up the guy that refinished.
Amber, this is John Collins. I know at Evans Flooring, they do a lot of work for a lot of investors in the area. They've done work for me too a couple of times, but I know they do a lot for a lot of investors.
Oh, thank you.
Evans
Yeah,
would be a good choice.
Yeah, Brad Evans with Evans Flooring.
Yeah. He's just way out on installation work.
Yeah. Make sure you tell them you're an investor also.
Okay.
And they'll tell you they can get to it in 3 months.
I hear they have a much faster turnaround time, but yeah, I'm not sure. I just talked to Brad about something else the other day, and I think he's kicking pretty good. So, but I've heard so many good things about Brad Evans, never a bad thing. So Amber, I highly recommend them as well. They're just super highly respected.
All right. Thank you all for your recommendation.
Okay, you probably got some good. I can't find mine offhand. He's kind of, I think, specializes here in the St. Charles County area. Okay, yeah, thank you all for helping Amber out. I'm glad to see you on here, Laura Lennington. You got anything for us today? You're usually staying pretty active.
Yeah, I'm staying active. I don't have any wholesale deals. I have a deal I'm working in Illinois, but I have it on the MLS.
Mhm.
But yeah, nothing like in a traditional wholesale state. Staying active with my High Ridge deal, navigating the waters with the county. We got a lot of interest in it, and then a lot of hoops to jump through with the county, but I think we're getting all that lined out. Have a meeting with them next week. I'm in acquisition mode as much as I'm in anything else, as much as I'm in wholesale mode or in my own management mode. So if anybody's got any properties that they want to sell or need to sell, if you're looking for someone to help you out with that, I mean, I could be a buyer, I could be a JV partner with you, I could see if I know a real estate agent that specializes in that area or that type of property. I'd just love to help anybody who's looking for that. And Mark, I took down your info, so I'll be giving you a call as a buyer. But yeah, so just kind of on the line here to listen for anyone that I could possibly add value to.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you got something, Mark? Do you want to unmute yourself? Or is he talking? He's talking to somebody else, maybe. Okay, I got a request for your contact information in the chat. Laura, if you can put your
Yeah,
contact information
absolutely.
there.
I'm going to
Yeah.
type it in there now, and I'll also say it out loud. I'm going to go with my personal cell number. Any number you have for me should work, but you can call me at area code 719-648-8365. And like Heidi, I'm local with a non-local number. And then my email address, which I'm also typing into the chat, is my name, Laura, Laura, .c.Lennington, LENINGTON @gmail.com. Feel free to email me. I do keep my eye on my email, but if you're emailing me a deal, I get so many of them, and just if you want to talk to me specifically about a deal, texting and calling first is probably a really good idea. But I do watch my email rather carefully. It's just I get a lot of other wholesalers emailing me, and sometimes I don't know if it's meant for me personally or if I'm just on a list. So I'm sure we can all relate. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's my contact info. I'm putting it in the chat right now and would love to, yeah, hear from anybody with anything I can do to help. Doesn't have to be anything specific. Or not one specific thing is what I'm getting at.
And how about you, Tiffany? Have you found a place in St. Charles? I know you were looking the last couple of weeks for somebody. If you're able to tell us.
Hello. No, we have not found anything yet. So we are still looking, and I know some people aren't quite sure if they will have anything available at the end of May or beginning of June yet. So I guess some people haven't turned in their notices if they are going to be moving out. So if you hear of anything, anytime within the month of May or June, 2 bedrooms at least in preferably St. Charles or Fort Zumwalt school districts. They're open to other areas in St. Charles County, and they would like to stay around the 1,200 mark if possible. I've known them for 12 years. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk and make connections for you. My
Okay,
cell phone
how
number
can we get a
is
hold of you?
636-299-0085. And the email address is tbarnhart, BARNHART, homes@gmail.com. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tiffany. If you
Okay.
don't mind putting that in the chat too, that's could be helpful. Thanks.
Of course. Now, I've heard some of the private money lenders and hard money lenders talk about loaning on rehabs and flips and things. Does anyone on here loan on land and or new construction?
Tiffany, I do loan on new construction.
Thank you. I have your contact information, so we can talk this week. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Hopefully made a connection there. Okay, and let's see, yeah, Charles says yes, he does too. He would lend on new construction. Okay. Who's got something else for us?
I do have someone looking for a commercial space for a nonprofit, where a space where they could do a thrift shop and possibly a coffee shop
Are they
in the
open in
St. Charles
Jefferson
area.
County, Tiffany?
Oh, I'm sorry, open to what area?
Jefferson County?
Possibly in the future for expansions. They're looking to start in St. Charles first,
Ah, okay.
just due to lack of resources in the area and the need.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Hezzy Joe says he's looking for an accountant or attorney that has a good understanding of the rules regarding investing in real estate in a self-directed IRA. Okay. Anybody know somebody that would fit the bill there?
Making fun of the mental illness in family. There were decades of trials and tribulations. I had one.
For the real estate accountant, would they need to be local?
This is Joe. No, they wouldn't need. Particularly looking for someone. I mean, I've invested in my IRA 3 times now, so I'm good with the general rules. But when it gets to commingling funds, I know you can commingle some of your own outside IRA funds with, non-qualified funds with your qualified IRA funds, but you have to be very diligent about how you do it and how you split up costs and revenues and things. And it's something that I may need to do, and feel I need some advice on it.
Okay. Yeah, no, John, with the accountant that we had for our last or the January meeting, be knowledgeable in that area? Did she talk to anybody anything about that? I haven't caught that.
You could, that would be more like a question though, for somebody like Equity Trust, I think, where you have the funds.
Mhm.
I mean, you can get into specifics with attorneys, but I would look up somebody maybe that they would recommend. Just to make sure you're going the right way, because
Yeah, that's good.
I
Yeah.
know my
if you get-
experience with regular attorneys, if you just go there, it's just like if you go to somebody and say, create a lease, it's gonna cost you a lot more than if you go to somebody that's already an eviction attorney like Catherine Davis and say specifically, look at this. So, you know, that's, I don't really know much about it other than that's what I would do, is just go to an expert there.
Yeah, and going to your trust, what do you call it? The trustee of your self-directed IRA, and they would probably know somebody if they might have attorneys on staff themselves.
Okay, I'll check. Equity Trust is one, and American IRA is the other. So I'll check with them. They're sometimes a little reluctant to get out. Just they don't want things to be construed as advice, as you probably know. But
yeah,
they guide me in the right direction. They've been pretty forthcoming with information though. So in the past on other things. So I'll check back with them and see if they can give me further advice, or at least put me in the right direction.
okay, yeah, that'd probably be good place to start anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. Raquel says maybe Anderson. I'm not sure who. You have a specific Anderson you're talking about, Raquel? Can you unmute yourself? Okay. Not sure who she was referring to there, but oh, anybody else got anything? Oh, okay. She can't unmute. Okay, she's trying to look up the information. So, okay. Okay, Tiffany just got the information out there about the 2-bedroom, her client is looking for a 2-bedroom in St. Charles. Okay. Well, I don't have anything much more to talk about here today. Glad to see we got a good crowd still coming to our Friday networking. Some good exchanges here today. Got a lot of lenders. It's a nice thing about investing in real estate. There's a lot of people that want to invest along with you if you're willing to do the put the sweat equity into it. There's a lot of lenders that are willing to lend you the money. Of course, you have to have a little experience under your belt to get a good rate. But yep, a lot of lenders on here today. And we got a few properties. Mark's got his two-family on the Christie Park area with already good established tenants. Sounds like a pretty good, reasonable price too. And
Yeah, that's a good point, Lloyd. I don't know if I know a lot of you watched Chris Clewine the other night, and we call him the master wholesaler here in St. Louis. But one of the key points, and this is what a lot of people miss, there's plenty of money out there, especially in today's market, for the deals. The problem is finding the deals. And most people, especially new people, don't want to take the time to do it. But that's what it is. I know I did a thing for a group last year, and I sat there and did a Zoom meeting by myself, and it took me a little over 2 hours to find a deal, but I did it. Most people will not sit there and take the time to do it. Okay. Now there's still things you have to do besides that. You have to get it under contract and that type of thing. But the hardest part is finding the deal. Everybody can go to the MLS and find what didn't sell and then try to make offers and things like that. And a lot of the people that train you on stuff, they say, well, you got to make 100 offers, to get maybe one deal. And that's pretty typical. I don't think you need to make 100 offers, but I think you need to look at least 100 properties and probably 200 to really find out if something's a deal. And most people will not do that, but that makes the difference in a lot of your success and not success. A lot of people give up because they say, well, I sent out 100 letters and I didn't get a deal. Well, that's not all there is to it. There's more to it than that. Anybody can go buy a list. And Chris kind of talked about that the other night too. Lists are good, but that doesn't tell the whole story. You're going to a lot of times find out more things. In fact, he did bring up some of that too. And I found that to be true in my own experience. Talk to some of the neighbors, because, you'll find out the history on some of the houses and ways to do that. And whether, a lot of people starting out that want to do like they call driving for dollars and things like that. I think that's a great way to get your feet wet, but talk to the neighbors. And just look around, look at the tax records. There's a lot of things you can do that the average person don't necessarily do, if you're just buying a list and sending out letters. So that's just, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there because I think Chris made a lot of good points on that the other night. And if you haven't, if you weren't able to join us for that, we do have the edited version and the full version of the whole meeting on the website now. We just got confirmation of that from Patrick this morning. So
yeah.
If you haven't got that and you're a member, go to the member section and just watch the meeting from the other night. And I know one of the things I do too, to save time, is I'll watch most of the things on YouTube in 1.25% of the time, because I don't have time to watch everything in regular time again, just because time's limited, we all have. And that's also a good thing to listen to because you don't have to watch everything, but it's a good thing to listen to while you're driving or while you're doing something else. You can have it in the background. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So maybe
very good. Yeah.
help with it.
Yeah. Getting the money is probably the easy part once you find the deal. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I see Rachel found her contact information there and passed it along to Joe. Thank you. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, it looks like we're coming up here on 12 o'clock. I'm getting ready for lunchtime, so I guess we can wrap it up here. I hope you can join us next week where we'll have Kathy Davis talking about the Corporate Transparency Act. That if you got an entity created, an LLC or any kind of a C Corp or whatever you're doing business in, be well advised to find out as much as you can about the Corporate Transparency Act too, because it's something we're all going to have to respond to. If you listen to, we already sent out a notice from that presentation that Eddie Speed had on his YouTube channel. Was an attorney, so then we'll have an opportunity here with Captain Davis to do a little question and answer. If you got a question about your entity that may be more specific. hopefully she'll be able to answer some of those. So
Hey, Lloyd.
yes, Amber, go ahead.
Real quick comment, because I missed the beginning half of this, trying to work 2 jobs here. Did you guys discuss the couple here in St. Louis and they're trying to, the homeless couple and they're trying to move their encampment?
No.
Yeah, so in South City, there are, I believe they're from Somalia. I feel like is the appropriate country they're from. But in South City, they have just set up their encampment, their homeless encampment on a actually it's a major intersection. And so the homeowners that are in behind them are now suing the city of St. Louis to remove them. They've tried for years. I think obviously there's some mental health there. They don't want to be housed. I think they've moved before from one location. I bring it up because it's a very, interesting subject. What should the city do? They are, like I said, homeless. You can't, I don't know what the answer is, but I find it interesting that the homeowners are now suing the city of St. Louis. I mean, they use the sewer because where they're, and I've driven past these homeless people before. It's a husband and a wife. They use the sewer right there as a bathroom. I mean, it's a larger tent right there on a corner, and they have been missed multiple times by car accidents. I'm close enough where I get next door apps, alerts about things that are close to them. But yeah, just bringing it up for conversation, because I saw it on the news that, like I said, those homeowners are now, I mean, I'm sure there's a spell. You pay for your house, you pay the city their taxes, and you're doing what you need to do. Now, out front of your house is this, I don't know what to call it, something I did not pay for. So now they're suing the city to remove them. I just playing devil's advocate here. I'm sure the city, there are laws and things that they can't physically remove them, but just bring it up for conversation.
Okay. Yeah, I know homelessness is a situation every major city. I think we've got it bad here in St. Louis. Driving through San Diego, they've got a lot milder climate. There was under every bridge out in San Diego area, somebody was camped underneath. So they've even got bigger issues there. But no, I had not heard about that particular item in the news. But yeah, if it's in your neighborhood, yeah, I'm sure you're concerned about it.
We could probably see what Kathy Davis has to say about that, I wonder, next week.
Yeah, it'd
That'd
be
be
something to
interesting.
bring up when she's here.
Mhm.
You would know what the city can could do and can't do it. But I know they've relocated some of the homeless encampments before. I mean, there was one set up on along the entrance ramp onto 44 at Kings Highway, I think it was. I want to say like last year sometime. And they gave notice to everybody there that they were going to be moving them, and if they weren't out of there, because they were interfering, there was going to be interfering with the construction zone. And most everybody relocated somewhere else, and the few that didn't, I'm not sure what they did. I remember seeing something on the news that they had do some intervention there to get the last few people out. So yeah, it's a tough issue everywhere, and it's everywhere. So. Okay, yeah, good topic to talk about next week with Kathy. Okay, well, thank you all for coming on today, and hopefully we'll see you next week at the same time. 11 o'clock on Friday. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming. We'll see you then.
Thanks.
Bye for now.